really think we're about at the end of the whole drag queens coming in and educating, right? A bunch of school kids, because now it's gotten to a point where you got moms showing up, and some of the angles are a little bit off, but obviously because they're actually like biological females, pulling off the outfits better, but yet because they show up in the exact same outfits that the drag queens do, it's somehow more objectionable when the old, okay, maybe I understand, because it's a bunch of old ladies who are putting on a, kind of a latex display. It's not better than the drag queens, though. That shit is disgusting. Anyways, mom blasts the school board over drag show for high schoolers while wearing the same outfit the drag queen wore. She probably got her DMs flooded after that, especially if it's a high school gimmick. Months after an Iowa drag school hosted a drag event, or high school, not a drag school. At this point, is there any difference? Okay, because all you do is just end up wasting your time talking about a whole bunch of nonsensical bullshit instead of actually getting to the root cause of things. Teaching kids how to actually think. God forbid, not wanting to have them recite a bunch of useless facts over and over and over again. Teaching kids how to think, giving them financial literacy. Okay, actually setting themselves up for success in life instead of, no, just keep yourself in the system and then just get to a different system. Okay, it's better, don't worry about it. Okay, that's what high schools should be, but that's not what we have, so we got to deal with what is instead of what should be. We can always try to aim for what should be, but for right now we got to deal with what is. And you know what, hey, this 6 right here, she's trying hard. But yes, anyways, just as a recap so I can run this back. Months after an Iowa high school hosted a drag event featuring multiple performers who encouraged students to explore their gender identities, one mother wearing the same outfit as one of the performers. Not exactly the same one, because I think the other one was maybe a little bit more sparkly or some shit like that. I don't know. She definitely wore it better, even though it's like I said, a 6 up from it. I'm not gay. Blasted school board members over their alleged failure to address parental concerns. As revealed by previous report from Daily Wire. Right, we're using Ben Shapiro's cucked outlet. This is fine, I guess. And videos captured by libs of TikTok. The Gay Straight Alliance Club at Ankeny High School invited drag queen performers in May for their end-of-year meeting without obtaining permission from the administrators. Yeah, okay, like high school, you could have some of-age kids that are there, but at the end of the day, okay, like 95% of the attendees at the high school are going to be underage. And if you're talking about shit that's explicitly sexual in nature, because let's cut the shit, that's exactly what drag is all about. It's a sexual preference, which is totally fine. Go out there and do that. If it's consenting adults, that's totally fucking fine. But when you're talking to a bunch of kids and you're trying to you should just go out there and expose your gender identities. Yep. Nothing wrong with it at all whatsoever. Let me just read from this book that I have right here. Fuck off. One of the drag queens donned a one-shoulder black leotard. Yeah, Andre the Giant fucking attire. And long black boots before performing a provocative dance for students. What the fuck are you learning from that? Other than, I'm sure, especially some of the seniors that are in that high school just waiting and counting the days down until they have legality so they can open up their OnlyFans page. So just looking for moves to incorporate. Anyways, Kimberly Reicks, that's kind of appropriate because she's a bit of a train last name. The founder of parental rights group Iowa Mama Bears. Oh, you couldn't sound any more trad cuck. Noted during public comments at a Monday school board meeting that officials have neglected to provide the results of their investigation. Halfway through her remarks, the mother of 7. You know what? Gotta give it up to this bitch who's kind of shaped like a fucking 14-year-old boy, with just obvious and, I don't want to see what's underneath that, okay? But again, also at the same time, because I've seen a video that's of her up there, the lighting in that picture right there isn't doing her that many favors. Like, she's not a train wreck, and the fact that she's, passed 7 kids through her box, and she doesn't look that bad, but it's probably a fucking abomination underneath that leotard. It's still better than whatever that dude was up there doing, showing his dick off and asshole off for the fucking public. Because you can see there just a little bit on that poster that she's pointing to. That was the performer who was wearing that, and it was apparently fine and wonderful and stunning and brave, but they're just giving an actual visual representation of something that was meant for a woman to wear, now wearing it up there. And I'm just as horrified it's a different type of horrified. Anyways, yeah, the mother of 7 removed her sweatpants and jacket, and then somebody in the back was, "Put it back on!" and revealed the same outfit that the drag queen had been wearing. And yeah, see, like you got the video of it right here. I don't need to hear that, okay? And it's not exactly doing her any favors because, okay, she doesn't look like that much of a train wreck, okay? Especially from that side, yeah, she looks totally fine, okay? You wouldn't even guess that she's been knocked up 7 different times, but. And see, that's a little bit better, okay? That doesn't look like that dumpy old bitch that's just up there being mad about things, okay? That's a little bit more flattering, okay? And maybe the way that it's cut and you don't quite see, you know, all the lasagna that you know that leotard is hiding, but it ain't that bad. In that picture right there, she's fine. Like, we actually got long hair, which is kind of, you know, the fact that it's not multicolored, at least, you know, dyed outside of natural-ish ways. I'm just saying it's unique to see an actual woman in today's day and age. Does this outfit make you turn your head? It's away in a little bit of disgust. Does this outfit seem appropriate for anybody here to see? I don't know, is this kind of like a weird cell phone at the same time? Okay, she asked the school board, "This is what a man dressed like in front of your kids. So this should make your head spin. If this pisses you off in any way, shape, or form, you're misogyny." Okay, no, sorry. It should, because I'm embarrassed to stand here in an outfit that I am in today. But I have a point to prove, that this outfit should not ever be accepted in our schools anywhere. Yeah, and this was just at a school board meeting, okay? So, remember when Merrick Garland said that anybody who comes to a school board, okay, at least he had a special designation for these people. They would be domestic violent extremists. These parents would be. Is this kind of like a form of terrorism? Okay, well, if she had like an additional 100 pounds on her, that definitely would be a threat. That's why they don't have her on the stage. That's for drag queens only. Reich said during an interview with the Daily Wire that her outfit, which intentionally violated school dress code policies, was meant to provoke school board members towards action. Well, hey man, if they need a visual representation of they need their hand held through that entire presentation, hey man, just go for it. I'm not too mad at that. That's the right way to go about this stuff. Protest like that for the people affected by it. That makes sense. Was meant to provoke school board members towards actions. It had been over 131 days since I made our school board first aware of this event, she explained. Now we are 32 days into the new school year. Adjust where appropriate now. It's just long going on. And I'm sure in your school district, if you're not paying attention to what your kids are looking at, they're going to be assaulted visually. Or hopefully it just remains visually if they're ever inundated with any of these, you know, latent sexual deviants that willingly go to public schools in full fucking costume. Like, I don't know, now with Halloween on the horizon, how many more of these creeps are going to be able to make it into schools? I'm just waiting for the reports, okay? Not with, you know, bated breath or with any sort of anticipation, but how many nefarious acts that normally would be associated with a panel van end up springing up because of these, you know, degenerates. Mostly the more avarice ones that are out there have a criminal record. I'll leave it at that. 32 days into the new school year and we still have no answers on what the outcome of this investigation was, nor do we have any new policies to ensure that things like this do not happen again. Reicks said, or who said, that Ankeny County School District is notorious for dismissing parental concerns, decided to go out there and show her old cooter off for everybody. Added that she and other parents desire assurances that her children are provided with safe and secure environment at schools. Yeah, just one that's devoid of dudes questioning their own sexuality. Can we just can we agree that that should probably stay outside the confines of the classroom? Have we lost that much ground? Yes, because people unquestioningly listen to Ben Shapiro. Anyways, I will do whatever measures it takes to make sure events like this are addressed and resolved, she said, even if it means wearing the exact outfit a 21-year-old drag performer to prove my point. Yeah, exactly. Both of those displays should make you equally disgusted. Renewed controversy over the May event comes amid scrutiny of hospitals that provide gender transition services to children via hormone treatments and surgery. Studies indicate that as many as 90% of young people who claim to be transgender identity but are not encouraged to socially or medically transition will no longer call themselves transgender in adulthood. Yeah, it's almost like a phase, okay? Back when I was growing up, it was like those emo scene kids who used to listen to My Chemical Romance and, I don't know, draw on their arms so that they could just grow up and get stupid tattoos, or, oh my god, I cut myself to feel. Oh my god, try your neck next time. Or skater kids, or whatever the fucking craze of the day was, okay? Before my generation, it was all of those grunge kids with their fucking overpriced polos. Or not polos, sorry, plaid shirts. You had the uppies in the 80s, they were wearing the polos. But you the grunge kids in the 90s, you know, and thank God that didn't continue because there was only so many syringes for heroin to go around. Now you gotta take, you know, all that shit out of the syringes and you gotta put in your hormone replacement meds, because that's just the new hotness that's out there for the kids, because that's the polluted sexual marketplace that's out there, because especially in high school, like, hey, kids are going to do what kids are going to do, okay? You're going to experiment and you're going to try to run your own version of game when you're 16, 17, 18 years old at that time. And if it means saying that, yeah, you're non-gender binary or whatever to just get a little bit of box, that's what you're going to have to say at the end of the day. But then as soon as that high school bell tolls for the final fucking time, all of that shit just falls to the wayside. Well, at least you'd hope it with this one. Footage of the Ankeny High School drag queen event seen earlier this year by Daily Wire showed that the drag queen had discussed gender identity at lengths with students when I felt like I couldn't express myself in school, or I had to take a look at this school. I could be whoever I wanted to be, one performer recounted. And I started to think, what is gender? It was made up by Dr. Mooney, who ended up killing 2 twins. The fucking monster, and it should still be the pinned video for subscribers returning to the channel. I've got it up there because that guy's a fucking monster. And if he wasn't, somebody should just dig him up again and fire his corpse into the sun, because that hunk of shit fucking dying of somewhat natural causes, that was too good of a send-off for him. Fucking monster. And I realized that no matter what pronouns you use, who you are, I know that on the inside, I am who I am. Now let me just bend over and show you my asshole. These fucking people are sick. They should be... back in the day, anybody who used to espouse these types of ideas were told that they couldn't get within 250 feet of a fucking school and that they'd have to knock on the doors of their new neighbors. But now they're just welcomed right in. And they get to dress like this and spit up blood and bend over and dance, and that's somehow instructive? I don't fucking know what's going on in school these days. When I ever have children, okay? When that day arises, they're going to be going to private school, they're going to be going to homeschool, because public school, I don't even know what the fuck that shit's going to look like in 10 years, okay? But if it's anything like that, okay, even the ones that are on the poster, the one holding the poster, or the one there, you know, taking center stage, their old train wrecks, yeah, I don't want none of that shit. It's all fucking degenerate, and just go back to crusty old women with fucking curlers in their hair and just talking slowly and pathetically with a fucking pointer and a blackboard. Can we go back to that? That'd be great. Okay, thanks. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.